Are you really getting a thorough evaluation of your property? Hi, I'm Tanyelle Spencer, founder and CEO of SRLLC. And today I want to thank you for coming here to consider the 4 keys to receiving a proper and thorough property evaluation. Now that's a total and complete valuation. We're going to consider the 4 key points. The first one is the one that many of you are already familiar with, considering public data. And what I mean by that is that there are algorithms out there that can spit out an instant valuation, which is essentially a guesstimate of your property based on public data. Public data could include, and most specifically includes, indicators such as your assessed value. Now, I know everybody says, but that's not market value. Correct, but it is a measure of value. In the financial world, it's called a lagging indicator. Your assessed value is typically below or above the market value depending on where you're at. So for example, because it lags behind a market that's increasing, you'll see that the assessed values are typically lower. As the market is decreasing, the assessed values are typically higher. It could be anywhere from 12 to 18 months behind depending on the local municipality. Now, it doesn't work perfectly across the country. If you look out in California, there's some crazy valuations for assessed value, but it's still considered in public data. And it is primarily one of the pieces of an algorithmic estimate of value. However, because they're not considering all of the other major factors, the variance on a public algorithm instant valuation can be as great as 20%. And that's just not good enough when it comes to understanding your true, thorough property value. So the number 2 factor that you want to account for is the neighborhood location. Yes, we'll state the obvious. Location, location, location. But oftentimes we overestimate or underestimate this factor. Now, one of the greatest things any realtor could do for you when considering this is to really specifically get into the neighborhood effect. I call it the echo effect. So wherever the property is, the properties around there that have sold are going to immediately affect value. The greater the marketplace will affect it as well. But the more specific you consider the neighborhood location, the better you can adjust against public data. Point number 3 is to be realistic about your current market condition, or the current condition of your property if you were to bring it to market. In other words, in the eye of the buyer, what do they believe is the condition of your property? Is it at or above or below average condition versus the competition? So it's very important to be realistic about the current condition of your property. And again, an in-house home assessment or property assessment is the best way to consider this and really refine it. The next one is number 4, study local market trends. Oftentimes you'll hear from one market to the next, oh, my brother lives in Denver and everything is white hot out there. That doesn't make it the same for Aurora, for example. They're dramatically different. Only 20 minutes apart though. So all the local market trends by the city and even the neighborhood should be considered. So when you opt in here, what you'll be receiving is a thorough market evaluation to consider all 4 of these: the public data, the neighborhood location, the current condition, and the local market trends. So make sure you fill out this form thoroughly so that we can assist you. Now remember, this is for any serious property owner who wants to maintain value, whether or not you're going to sell in the near future. This is critical for your property. Whether somebody tells you differently or not, it's an asset that should be protected with knowledge. Because once you know these things, we can make all sorts of suggestions on how to improve your value and be ready to sell at any point in time. So thanks for opting in. We look forward to giving this to you at no obligation, free. We're not going to bother you. This is a free service. Thanks so much.